Hey there guys, how's it going? Reaper here, and I'm back with another painting video. And this time it is Queen Severa, I believe her name is. Oh, it's Severa, it's something along those lines. It's the Queen Necromancer from Zombicide. And we primed it in the standard grey, which we always do. It's not Mechanica standard grey. It's actually just I think it's high coat grey primer. It's called in the UK. It's just like your standard primer you can buy in a pound shop. And we have jumped straight in with her main colour, which is alien purple. And this is for pretty much the entire model is in this colour, bar a few details really. So she's got one long flowing robe on, which is all one colour. So we're going with the purple. And now we move on to Orc Blood, which is for her sleeves. She has, it looks like knee-high boots, but it looks really strange when you paint them like that, so I didn't in the end. But for Orc Blood is the sleeves. I'd done the top half of her boots to make it look more like she's got bottoms on instead of boots. And there's a little bit around her neck as well that I've done in the Orc Purple. There we go, that's it for the Orc Purple. Then we move on to Necromancer's Cloak, which she's got a headpiece on over her main cloak. So I've done that in a different colour completely. It's gone on a nice dark Necromancer's Cloak colour. As everything on her is going to be quite light. Well, not light, but more quite vibrant. I wanted something a bit more duller to add some contrast. And I do also do her bottom part of her boots in this as well to look like she's wearing shoes. And there we go. That's it for the dark color. Now we move on to Cobalt Skin. I went with Cobalt Skin for the flesh because I wanted to make sort of more of a grey flesh because he's meant to be sort of vampiric by nature. So if you use Cobalt Skin and then give it a nice, not a dark wash, because that will basically turn it black and it wouldn't look very good. You would have to give it, which I do, is a soft tone wash, which keeps the Cobalt Skin color but just darkens it up a bit, so it's still got that sort of corpse pale look but without being corpse pale. And the sculpt for this model is really weird. Like her hand that's up against her chest just doesn't look like it should do. To me that doesn't work, the hand like that. It should be out or something because the way it's been cast is just terrible for this one. This is the only issue I've ever had with Zombicide as well. Everything else has been perfect. But I'm getting off topic again. We moved on to Weapon Bronze now, which is for her crown. Because she's a queen. All queens have to have a crown. And there we go. Then we move on to the purple tone, which is entire model apart from skin. It's the easiest way of doing it. As there's no real point in digging out a dark wash to go with the Necromancer's Cloak, whereas the purple tone would do the same thing. And because it's a dark colour, it just looks dark through it anyway. It won't really give it a tint as such. There we go, that's the entire model covered apart from skin. And then we move on to the skin with soft tone. As you can see, it just, the way soft tone is, it's meant to be a browny color, but it's more of a grey color when it goes onto something like cobalt skin. So it makes it look more corpsey. But that is it for all the washes done. Then you move on to the highlighting stage, which, as always, if you're happy with how the model is, you can leave it like that. It looks more than adequate to go onto a table already. But I like to come back with, especially with Zombicide models, because they are all centerpiece models, apart from like the Horde ones. So I come back in, I'm doing some highlights, and we've whipped out Alien Purple again, and we're just basically going everywhere but recessed areas on the main robes. And then we move on to the next part of the highlight, which is just bringing that cobalt skin back a little bit. So obviously don't do recessed areas because it will ruin it. And then it's just touch up the edges of the face, like around the eyes, the nose, top lip, top of the cheeks as well are good to do. And obviously I couldn't keep it in the camera at that point. And now we move on to an even more higher highlight. That sounded weird when I said that. But basically the next highlight for the robe, which is Oozing Purple. And this is just for the very edges of any raised area. Because with something as big as this and as in your face as this, you have to have some multiple colors in order to make it pop. Otherwise it will just look like one main color and that's it. So the Oozing, not the Oozing Purple, yeah, it is Oozing Purple, is perfect for this color. Now, as you can see, it is just literally go over every raised line you've got this and just add a few strokes on there. Don't do the entire line because it will just look too out of place. But if you add little strokes, it just looks like light shining off the model. And then we come back to Orc Blood just to bring back the Orc Blood color essentially after the purple wash, because it just separates it that bit better. Because you want that separation. You don't want it to look like it's the same color. There we go. And then next up we've got Weapon Bronze, and this is just to go back over the crown just to make it shiny, as you would expect the Queen to have a shiny crown. I also got in the extra parts that I didn't see when I first painted this, because the crown has actually got 4 spikes all the way around. They're just a lot smaller than the front one. And that is it for the model. Then as always, black base. It's the easiest one to do, and it goes with everything. Because I use these models in D&D as well as Zombicide, it's pretty essential to have them blend with every single thing. Yeah, and that's it. That's the end of the model, and there's the final pictures of this model. Like I said, the hand is the only real thing I don't like. That look at that, it just looks, it is not a great sculpt. I don't know if that's specific just to me or whether it's everybody. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed, guys. Like, subscribe if you did enjoy, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.